Hello, everyone. Welcome. My name is Joyce Whitman. I am an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up. I'm so glad that you're here tonight and you're going to join me for my class. We are going to be doing the Pretty Perennial stamp set tonight. It is so pretty. I love the images and the dies that go with it. I think you're going to really enjoy my my cards tonight. They are easy, they are simple, but they are also really awesome cards that make it look like you put a lot of work into them, but you did it. And what gets better than that? So I want to show you, this is the stamp set that we're going to be using tonight, the Pretty Perennials. This is found in the mini catalog. Now, what's neat is this time, Stampin' Up! Is having our mini catalog. It's going from January to June this year. And then we're doing also our celebration, which who doesn't love a sale? Hello. But this year, it's only January and February. So we only have 11 more days to get these great bargains. And don't forget, for every $50 or $100 that you purchase, you can get products out of our celebration brochure for free. Also, if you do order $50 or more, you will also get a free gift from me if you use the February host code. It's right here. I will have this out here the whole time that I am on here. Oh, hi, Carla. Hi, Robin. Oh, hi, Pam. Are you guys warm or cold in North Carolina? It is freezing here. Thank you so much for sharing, Pam. I would love it if you guys could share this and help me get my name out there. I know it's been a long time since I've been on Facebook, but I am so glad to be back. So getting back to this is, $50 or $100, you're going to get a free product. And actually tonight, we're going to be using one of the free products. I wanted to show it to you. It's on the first page. How perfect. It is this beautiful Paper Blooms designer paper. Now, if you order $50, you can get this for free. Can I tell you, I got quite a few packs of it? Oops. Shh. Don't tell Mr. Wonderful that. Okay, here I want to show you this paper because it is so pretty. We have, I'm going to go a little bit backwards, this design here with the stripes is on the other side. And then we have this blue. Isn't that pretty? Remember those calendars I made? I use that quite a bit. And then you have the green leaves, which corresponds wonderful with that. And then this one I love. For someone that doesn't like a lot of flowers, this is perfect for that. They can still get a beautiful paper with the wonderful colors of the other ones, but it's not flowers. And even the other side of it goes great with that. And then this is one of my favorites. Of course, it's pink. Hello, pink, pink. Gotta love our pink. And this is on the other side. And actually, I use this side for the treat holder that I made. And I'll show you guys that in a little bit. You're in Coda, Michigan. Oh, I bet you are, Carla. Lowest 30s. Ooh, ice and sleet coming. We'll be praying for you, Pam, that you guys do not lose your power. And that is, you guys stay safe. We'll be praying for you tonight. But this is really pretty. I like this blue one a lot. And then look at the pretty pink stripes with this one. I do believe we are using this one tonight. And we are going to use this pink one tonight too. And then you have this blue with the pretty pink flowers. So that you can get for free. And what's really nice that Stampin' Up! Is doing it this time is they are taking products that are in the mini catalog and they're coordinating the celebration ones with it. And that's exactly what they did. And that's why I ended up using this because it coordinates with the Pretty Perennial. Now that is in your mini catalog. If you look on page 31, it is right here. You get the, here's some samples of it, the stamp set and the dies. Look how many dies you get. And what's great is you can get this as a bundle, so you save 10%. Who doesn't like to save? Hello. Now this is Dina Rico, I think is how you say her last name. I'm not sure if that's pronounced correctly. But she helped design this because she sold $1 million in sales. Yay, Dina, keep it going, girl. But she helped design this one. And we had our on stage, and she showed this and samples. That was first on my list. And I have to tell you, this is my favorite stamp set of the catalog. Okay, so why don't we get started? I wanted to show you, here is the stamp set, and here are the dies. Look at all those dies, the flowers, the leaves, very pretty. We are also going to be using from the Well Suited suite, we're going to be using the Night of Navy Baker's Twine from that. Okay, let me put those off to the side. I'm trying to figure out where everything is. This is my first Facebook Live in my new craft room, and I love it. Okay, here is the treat holder that I made. And I got this design from Sam Hammond from Poodles. And it is a self-closing. I used the blue. Remember the pink on the other side? I wanted to do the blue on the outside for something different. But look, it closes by itself. You don't have to do anything to it. So look it up on Poodles. It is called self-closing. And I've made this a couple of times before. But everyone that purchased the kits, you guys all got this in your thing. Okay, let's see here. There we go. My computer just kind of went bonkers a little bit here for a second. There we go. Okay, so let's get started. Now, if you have your kit, the first card we're going to make is this one. Now, I'm only using one color of ink tonight. I am using Night of Navy. Now, I did not create this design. I got it from Tina Gillespie. I found it online. Thank you, Tina, so much for sharing your creation with us. I love it. I wanted to, something simple and fast, and I saw this and I thought, oh, I have to make it. I just love it. So let's get out. I'm going to go ahead and quick grab this paper because we are going to be stamping it off of our paper, and I want to make sure that I don't get it on my mat. Okay, now in each of your kits, you're going to have enough to make 2 cards, but I am only going to show you how to make one of the cards tonight. So in this kit, we are going to be doing some stamping and gluing on here. Now what I'm going to do is our envelopes, I'm going to use one out so I can stamp on it and show you how to decorate your envelopes, because we don't want to send out naked envelopes. So here we go. We're going to have 5.5 by 8.5, and you're going to score it at 4 1/4. You're going to have 2 pieces that are cut at not whisper white anymore, basic white, that are cut at 4 by 5 1/4. And you have 2 pieces here. I cut these using the layering oval dies, and they are 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. And then I also cut these out of scraps. Now you're going to cut 2 of them. I used the die right here. I use this one right here. And we're going to cut that one of them apart. And I just realized I need to grab my bow maker for another card. Okay, so let's get started. We'll go ahead and I'm going to go burnish this. I've already scored it for you, but which card to make sure that it's, sometimes I don't get it perfectly centered. So I'm going to line up my edges here. I'm going to hold it here, and I'm going to bring my finger down to the center. Then I'm going to grab my bone folder, and I'm going to go both ways. And you want to give that a good crease because you want to have a sharp edge there. Set that off to the side. Then let's take our 2 sheets of, move those out of the way. We want our 2 sheets of white. And you're going to be using, on this card, we're going to be using the big flower, the medium flower, the little flower, the happy, and the birthday. So we're going to be using lots of different ones today. But right now, we're going to work on the flowers. So set your happy and your birthday off to the side. Okay, so let's do the one that goes inside our card. I am going to use, I think inside the card, let's use the little one. And I'm just going to ink that up and just stamp it here in the corner. Now remember, our card is going this way, horizontally. So it's going to go across. So we want to make sure when we stamp ours inside, we're doing this going across. And that's all I'm going to put is this one little. And then on my envelope, though, I'm going to put the big one. And you know what? I just had an idea. So I'm going to put that on the big one right there. And then I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to use the little one on the back. Why not? And I'm going to put one here, one in this corner, and one in this corner. There. That's cute. I like that. I have to remember that. Okay, so those two are done. Set those off to the side. Okay, now let's get our one piece here. Now, there is, let me set this here so you guys can see it. There is no real rhyme or reason with this. It is just random. So you can stamp it any way you want. The one recommendation I have is that you use your bigger ones, go from the biggest to the smallest. So we're going to take this one. And we don't have to be real careful on the middle because we're going to be putting our birthday on there. If you notice, I do have it down just a little bit because I wanted to show this off. So I'm going to go ahead and put that, let's see here. Let's do that one right here. And you can go off a little bit. That is fine. If you don't want to, that's okay. But that's why I have the grid paper here so I don't get it all over. And let's put one up here. That looks good. Okay. So now I'm going to bring in the middle one. Now remember, always do it in odds. So I did 3. Just want to double check here. Make sure I get all the comments. Okay. So 1, 2. Let's do, oh, so I got a little bit of blue here. Oh, it was in my nail, on my nail. Okay, so we're gonna see, this one will be covered up. I'm not too worried about, but this one, I'm gonna make sure I put a flower there to cover that up. So we got 3 of those. So we're just gonna go with that for right now. And then let's bring in our little one. So let's do, I'm just gonna put the very edge there. And then let's bring one up. Whoops, okay. So see, I got a little bit of a boo-boo here. This is what's great about photopolymer. You can go back in, line it up because you can see right through it. Now, I need to do the bottom, so I am just pressing on the bottom part here. And voila, it looks like I did not make a little mistake there. We're gonna stick one here just in case we do see that. I covered it up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, we need to put one more in here. Let's do one way up here in the corner. 5. There we go. And that's what you're going to do. And that, then set that off to the side and bring in your yellow, your white oval. Now this one, you're going to do your happy, and you want to get your happy up a little bit so you can fit your birthday in there. One thing that's really nice too about these photopolymer that I like is you can see the ink through it, the stamp, so you can tell if it is inked just right. If not, if it doesn't have enough or it doesn't want to adhere, just twist it a little bit and that helps. Okay, so we want to go a little bit higher and try to center too. That looks good. Make sure you may leave room for the birthday. Lift up. Oh, you know what? This is kind of cool. This isn't what I really want, well, how I designed it, but I'm going to bring it up so you can see it. Look how it has over us an ombre effect. It's light on this side and darker. I think that's pretty cool. I'm leaving it that way. I like that. Something different. Okay, now we have our birthday. And there we go. Perfect. Love it. And you know what? I forgot to get my, what's it called? My chamois ready. So I am going to be using wipes today because I forgot to get that all wet. I'm going to go ahead and wipe these off. Yes, I'm going to be using them again, but I don't want to get that ink all over my other projects. So by the time I'm done with this, I can guarantee you my fingers are going to be blue. Okay, so we can go ahead and we can adhere this one to the blue oval. See, I already got blue all over my nails. I knew I would. I was supposed to get them done, which caught on Monday night. I think it was Monday night, yep. But we got the snowstorm instead, so I don't. They're long, it's okay. Now I'm going to put dimensionals on the back of this. Okay, so let's start putting our things together here. Let's take our sheet, our piece that we have, the one flower for the inside of our card. And I'm going to show you my little trick. Make sure I'm in the center so you can see. What you want to do is line it up on the three. So if you have all three sides the same distance, here, here, and here, hold on to the top here, drop it, and it's going to be perfectly centered. And we're going to do that again for this one, the one that we stamped all the flowers on. There we go. Okay, I was just thinking, and I don't think I did this, what I should have done with these is I should have used the self-adhesive sheets with these and put on, oh, what do I want to say? So that way I could have just peeled it off, and I totally forgot to do that, and I apologize. In your kits, they are not done that way either. I just thought of it now, a little late. But, so what we're going to do is we're going to use some liquid glue. Now, we're going to go ahead and we're going to adhere that one first. So when you're using the liquid glue, you want to make sure that you don't put a lot on, and you don't have to put it on everywhere. Like, I am just going to hit highlights. It doesn't have to be totally adhered. It's okay. You could use glue dots if you wanted to. Okay, so how I'm going to do this is I am going to just lay this where I want it. I'm not going to put it, I didn't take the backings off that yet. So I'm just going to take this and I'm going to lay it down, and I'm like, this looks good. Kind of like judge it here and push it down. And see, it looks like it's laying flat. And it looks like it's adhere everywhere, but it's not, because I hit the highlights of it. I did my points, I did here, and I did a little bit on the stem. Now on this one, we're going to cut it. So what you want to do is this long piece here. Let me go this way. This long piece right here is what we want to use. So we're going to cut it right here at the edge. Keep this. You can do whatever you want with it. Throw it away. Keep it. It's up to you. You can use it on another project. And then on this one, I'm going to do the same thing again with my glue. I'm just hitting highlights here, not putting a lot on. Okay, so we're going to lay this here like this. Okay, that's kind of where I want that. That looks good. Pick it up. And this one is going to get tucked under here. Just like that. And with the glue too, it gives you a little chance to move it a little bit if you want to. There we go. Now when you have that all on, then you're going to take your backings off your dimensionals, and you are going to put it right back where you had it. Now, also in your kits, you have your rhinestones. So I like to use my take your pick tool, the pointy edge, and pick them up. And I'm going to put one over here by the Y. One here up here. And then another one over here. Perfect. And voila, you have your first card done. Isn't that so easy peasy, lemon squeezy? Yay. So I'm going to go ahead and stick that in here. And there we go. And we have that one done. Okay. So now, you know what, actually I'm going to lay it like that, and I'm going to set that over there. And we're going to get ready for our next one. Okay. I learned this trick from another demonstrator, and she's like, always clean up before you go to your next project. Well, that's why I'm kind of straightening up a little bit, just so I can get ready for my next one. Now, your next kit is going to have a bunch of little flowers in it. Oops. This will be our next kit right here. All right. And we are going to be making this card with the beautiful pink paper and our flowers. We're only going to be using the happy and the birthday, but we want to decorate our card, because our envelope. And so what we're going to do is we are going to use, I'm going to use the middle size one, just because that's about the size. Whoops, I don't think you can see it. That's about the size of these flowers here. So I'm going to use that one. Now we are stamping again, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to keep this out. Our last card, we're not going to do any stamping on except for our envelope. So I'm going to put my rhinestones over here. Now on this card, you're going to have your whisper, I'm going to keep calling it whisper white. Our basic white, it is at 5.5 by 8.5, and I scored it at 4 1/4. Now remember, your kits all have for 2 cards. I am only showing on the Facebook Live tonight one of the cards. Then we're going to have Night of Navy. This is at 3 3/4 by 5. Our designer series paper is also at 3 3/4 by 5. The white is I cut this out with the stitch rectangle shapes, and this is 2.5 by 4, and then I cut that out. Now I just use scraps for these. I use the flowers. Let me show you what I use on these. I use these right here to cut the solid images. This one right here to cut our blue. And the white, the Roco Rose is cut at 1.5 by 2 inches. Okay, so let's do our stamping, get that done, and then we can put together. So we're going to need our little Roco Rose. We can put our flowers off to the side for a minute. And we need our envelope and our little piece. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to also stamp inside of my card. So I'm going to go ahead and fold that. Okay, so let's get our ink. Again, Night of Navy. I use Night of Navy on all of this so you didn't have to worry about lots of different colors. So for my card, for the inside of my card, I'm going to stamp in this corner. Now, one thing I want to show you is see where there's all that little bit of white space here. Okay, I'm not going to go down to the very corner to stamp my image because I'm going to show you why. So I'm bringing it up just a little bit and I'm going to stick it in that corner like that. The reason why is because had I messed that up, I could have easily flipped this over and covered it up with my paper. So that's why you don't want to put it right on the corner unless you are also doing that on the front of your card, just in case there's a boo-boo. You can fix it. Can you tell I work with children? I just said boo-boo. Okay, so now we're also going to do that on the envelope. And this one's okay if it goes in the corner. If it goes off a little bit, it's fine. And you know what? I'm going to do the 3 on the back again because I thought that was really cute. So I want to do that again. Okay. All right, so I am done with those flowers. So I'm going to go ahead and quick wipe those off so they do not get, I don't get them on other projects because I do like to do that. Okay, so next I'm going to take my little piece here. This is a 1/2 inch by 2 inches, and I'm going to put birthday. Now you're going to want to center birthday. I left it a little, I left space on each side so that you could put your rhinestones on it. So I'm going to center it. And remember, if you make a little mistake, not a big deal, flip it over. No one's going to know it but you. And that's one thing that it took me a little while when I first started stamping, that only I know that it wasn't perfect or it wasn't the way I wanted it. No one else knew that. So it took me a while to realize that. And now I just flip it over or I change it a little bit. Or if we have a little mistake, I call those embellishment opportunities. I always tell my ladies, 99.9% of the time, I can fix your card. It may not look the same as what we started off with, and sometimes, you know what? They turn out better when you do that. Okay, so I am going to take my birthday, and I'm going to lay it just here so I get an idea of where I want that. So I want my happy like right here, so I'm going to take this off because I don't want to stamp on top of it. I'm trying to center and push it down. And I think I might be a little crooked. Nope. I think I need to re-ink my blue because I got that ombre effect again. But you know what? I like it. So I'm going to leave it on this card. But I do think I need to re-ink my ink pad. I have been using this color a lot lately. Okay, so we are done stamping. You can put your ink away because, oh, no, we got to stamp our envelope on our next one, but we're not stamping on the card part. Okay, so let's go ahead now and put it together. Grab your card base. Now, this is a little different. You guys know I want everything lined up perfectly. It needs to be, you know, everything needs to be even. Well, I decided I'm going out of my comfort zone. And now you can flip this on either side if you want. I think it would show up better if we use the pink side on the front, but it's your card. Do what your little heart desires. But I have decided I need to get out of my comfort zone and try something else. So I am going to turn this a little bit. Whoops. Now try not to put it down, you know, real tight on there. I'm just laying it down until I get it right where I want it. And I'm trying to do is, hopefully, yep, here, let me move this over a little bit. See how the point's up here and down here? And then it's just close here. So that's kind of what I'm trying to do again. But you know what? It doesn't have to be perfect because guess what? It's supposed to be crooked. And we are going to embrace that it's not straight. Although I have a friend of mine, I can almost guarantee she is not doing it this way. She is going to trim down her DSP so that it is not the same size so she can make her straight. Am I right, Robin? She is like me. This is, we like our things straight. Okay, I'm going to go with it. Doesn't, like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm going with it. Okay, and then I'm going to just take this one. You know what? I'm not going to be that picky about it. I'm just going to lay it down. Oh, goodness. There we go. I laid it down. I did. Yep. Okay, that was a big thing for me. Okay, so let's get our flowers out. Okay, so let's make sure that's in the... I want to go out of my area today, don't I? Okay, this one I just used adhesive. I didn't pop this one because I popped the Roco Rose flower. So I'm going to put this on flat using my grid paper so that it is lined up, so that the bottom's lined up, so then I can make sure this is straight. We want this part straight. Okay, same thing with the birthday. I did not put that puppet. You could. I mean, you easily could. But I knew I was putting on the rhinestones. And I used a little bit bigger rhinestones on the birthday part. So I didn't want it too fat for mailing. Oh, thank you, Pam. I'm glad you like this card. Robin, you know me. Okay, so now for your flowers. What you're going to do is you're going to put a glue dot in the center of each one. Now, if you ordered our glue dots, you're going to think, when you get the new ones, you're going to go, oh my gosh, they did these backwards, because the glue dots always went on here. Well, they changed it, and I thought so too for the first. I'm like, these are on backwards. That's the way they designed them. I don't care for them this way. I like them back the other way. And I also have already told the company, please put them back the other way, because they do work, I think, a lot easier the other way. That's just my personal opinion, but we will make it work. So then I just rip it off here. So then I know I only need 3 of those. So one thing I want to point out to you, when you go to put these on, you're going to notice when you go to put them on that you pretty much can put them any way on here, but I kind of tried to figure out, let me think how I did. Okay, so you see how this one is a little square, this 2 square ones here. I'm trying to think how I did that. I think I just kept going around and seeing. I think that looks good. That looks good to me. We're going to stick it on there. I do believe that's, I was trying to figure it out now that I remember, because I made these cards a while ago. I kept trying to figure out, okay, which way does it go? And I'm like, you know what? That looks good. And I just put it on. So I think they designed it so you could really put it on anyway, and it's going to look great. There we go. Okay, now the Roco Rose, which I just like saying that name. I use Night of Navy on this Roco Rose and Seaside Spray. Now the Roco Rose and the Seaside Spray will be retiring when our new annual catalog comes out. So this is a time I start telling my lovely ladies, if there is something that you really want out of that annual catalog, you need to order it now, because once it goes on the retirement list, things go fast. Like, I love Seaside Spray, and it is also one of the colors of our daughter wedding. So I have a lot of the ribbon, I have extra ink, I have extra paper, anything in that I bought extra of. The Roco Rose is just pretty, so I already have a bunch of that. Okay, I'm just using plain, my Stampin' Seal on the blue flowers. Okay, so I'm going to put one down here. Again, I'm lightly laying them on here. I am not pushing them down until I know that's where, that's where I want it. Okay, and I think I can put this one right here. Okay, I like that. So I'm going to go ahead and push those down. And then I'm going to put this one here. There we go. I'm really... I meant to grab the whole thing. Here, let's move this just a little bit. There we go. Now... See what I do? I sit here and I play with it for a little bit. That's why I don't push them down hard until there we go. Now I like that. Okay, so now you should have 3 of the big ones and, well, you should have 6 of the big ones and 4 of the little ones. The little ones are going to go on your birthday, one on each end, and your big ones are going to go in the center of your flowers. Ah, it's sticking to me. Okay, and there we go. And that's our second card. How easy is that? Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Okay, so there is our second card. And bring out our pretty envelope. We got our one here, and then we have our 3 on the back. Okay, so that was card number 2. So now let's get out your third packet. Now your third packet, this one I did leave for last because it's going to take us a little more time, not a lot, just a little more. And it's going to be such a fun card. I found this card. Peggy No made this card. I used her design. I changed things up on it, but I used her layout because I really thought it was pretty. Oh, Debbie. Oh, thank you, Debbie. Oh, I'm so glad you like them, Robin. You're a fast stamper, so I'm not surprised you got all 4 of you got 4 of them done. Okay, are you ready for our next card? This is so pretty. Look at it. It has a band on it. This is called a double gate card. And then you open it like this. How cool is that? Now on this one, I didn't stamp on the inside, but you know, I think I'm going to add a stamp when I do the the envelope. I think I'm going to add one in there now that I think about it. Okay, so here are our measurements. Let me grab my kit and get everything out we need. Now, one thing I did do on this kit that I did use the sunflower dies. I used this one for the Night of Navy, and I used this one for in the Roco Rose. Now, I did not do this one purposely on the adhesive sheets. I did not want to use it for this one because I wanted it to be able to lift up a little bit, and I was off-centering it, so it wouldn't line up perfectly anyway. So that's why I did not use the self-adhesive sheets on that one. Okay, so let me tell you our measurements of our card. This is the basic white thick. It is going to be at 5.5 by 8.5. You're going to score it at 2 1/8 and 6 3/8. Now, I want to show you a little trick. Now, when I love our trimmer, love our trimmer. But when you pull this out, this is 17.5 inches long. That one, no more than that, because this measures 17. See, it has 17, but it goes 1.25 inches on this. So this is really long. And there's times I have things all over my desk. I don't have room to put that all the way out. So when you go to score this, score it at 2 1/8, flip your paper and score it at 2 1/8 again, and you're going to get the perfect measurements. So that if you don't have the room or you don't have your trimmer, doesn't go out that far to the 6 3/8, don't worry about it. Just turn it around and do it at 2 1/8 again. Okay, then what we're going to have, we are going to have 2 pieces of our Night of Navy, and this is at 2 inches by 5 3/8, and this was a 3.5 by 3.5 piece. Okay, let's put that off to the side because we don't need to stamp on those. Our designer series paper, and on the other side is pink, so you could do that too. You could easily do the pink if you want. I'm just going to show you what it would look like with the pink instead of the blue. Here, let me do like that. You could use the pink if you wanted to. They're both beautiful. But these are cut at 1 7/8 by 5 1/4. And then the pink, the Roco Rose, 3.5 by 3.5. And then the Seaside Spray, this one is at 2 1/4 by 2 1/4. Same thing, 2 1/4 by 2 1/4. And then we have our Night of Navy Baker's Twine, and I cut this at 16 inches. And then this is Soft Seaside Spray. It's a 1/2 inch by 11 inches. Okay, so let's go ahead and start getting this together. Let's do our stamping so we can get that off to the side and we don't have to worry about stamping anymore. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this one in, the one I already made, because I want to add that flower. And I'm going to add the flower right here in the corner. Let's see here. Which flower shall we use today? Let's use, I'm going to use this one for the inside, I'm using the medium flour. Like it. So I'm going to set that off to the side, and I just realized I stamped it on the wrong side. Doesn't matter. It'll just fold the different way. Not a problem. When I say that I stamped it on the wrong side, what I am saying is usually when you fold these, you should be folding. Oh, I told you I was going to get that blue ink all over me, and I did. See what I did on my card? So guess what you're going to do? I got it there. So this is what I'm going to do. Let me have my little one. I'm going to bring in my little one, and I'm going to put one right here on this side, and I'm going to put one over here on this side. You know what? Okay, we're going to decorate. I'm just having fun here tonight. Let's add one more here because I just had an idea. Okay, and then we're going to put one here. And we're going to put one here. Okay. I just kind of went like crazy with that. Okay. So that's what I did on the inside. But what I was saying about the folding, when you go to fold, you will have valleys. I call them the valley, where it goes in, and the mountain. The mountain usually goes on the inside. So I should have stamped it on that side. It really doesn't make a difference. I'm just going to bring it in this way, and you're just going to have to press a little bit harder. And I am getting blue everywhere. Okay, let me quick do this, and then I'm going, okay, where do I have blue? Okay, I am going to quick wash my hands off with the white, guys, because I have blue somewhere. And I am getting it on my projects. But that's okay, because where I got it, lucky me, we're going to be covering it up. So it is okay. Let's quick stamp our envelope so I can get this put away, and I quit getting it all over myself. Okay, I'm just going to put the little one, the medium one, because we use the little one too. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put on the front this time. I'll just put 3 on the front. Okay, let's close this ink. Get this cleaned up, and we are done with the ink. So I quit getting it all over. Do you ever have those days? Especially when I'm trying to quick make a card before I go somewhere, and then I get ink all over my hands. But did you know the best way to get this ink off? Wash your hair or do dishes. That will get that ink off right away. Okay, so we can go ahead and we can set this off to the side, our envelope, because we're done with it. Okay, so I want you to grab your blue and your designer series paper, and we are going to adhere that. You know what I'm going to do before I go on here? I am going to take this out because this has ink on it, and I don't want, in case the ink is on that, I do not want to get that on our project anymore. So because we're done stamping, so let's just take it out. Okay. Let's go ahead, and I had it here. I'm going to use my silicone mat so I do not get adhesive on my pad, pad here. Okay, set that off to the side. Okay. Again, I'm going to do where I line up the 3 sides. Now this one is, you are not going to have a big area around it. I only did a 1/16 of an inch around your edges. So you're going to have a little bit skinnier. I didn't want a lot of it showing. I wanted the blue to accent the designer series paper, so it made the paper pop, but I didn't want a lot of the blue showing. There we go. Okay, so now let's go ahead and put this on. Whoops. Okay, now here is my flower in the corner, so we know that's going to be the front. I mean, yeah, that'll be the bottom, I should say, not the front. Now with this paper, you could go either way, but to me, I felt like there was more, like on this one, you have one coming down this at an angle, but I have 4 of them, 5 going up. So I'm going to put it so that it goes like this. You know what? I'm going to do, this will be easier for me to line up to make sure it's perfectly straight. That looks good. And press. I'm going to do the same thing with this one. It's just easier for me to line up this way. Okay, I want to make sure that you guys can see this. Let me go up a little bit. There we go. Okay. So there we go. So now you can't see where I made my boo-boos. Okay. So now, let's see here. Let's go ahead and do our flower. So we're going to take our navy blue and you're going to lay that down. Now this is our pink. Now you can, the Roco Rose, I should say. You could sit here and poke all these dots out, but you know what? You don't need it because this is going to cover it up. So I did not worry about poking them out. And what you want to do is you want to put adhesive right here. Now for me, it was easier if I used my liquid glue on this part. But you do whatever adhesive you want. You could use glue dots. You could use the snail, not the snail, the Stampin' Seal. And I offset this, I did not want this to line up perfectly. I want it a little offset. There, that looks good. And I pushed it down. And one thing with the glue, the liquid glue, you get to move it a little bit. Okay, so now with your Seaside Spray, and you're going to have your white. Now this one, you want to keep turning till it lines up. Where's my other one so I can show you? This one does have, it does have a way to line up. See this one right here that has the big curve in it? Let me put it down. So it has the big hoop, I call it the big hump right here. That is going to go with, see this one right here? That has the big hump, that is going to go right there. And if you put that one there, they will all line up like that. So I'm going to put a glue dot on the back of this one. And don't worry about, because the glue dot is going to stick out a little bit of the center. Don't worry about that because we're going to be covering it up. Oh, I just stuck it on my finger. We're going to be covering it up with the another glue dot and our baker's twine. Okay, so this one is going to go up here. It is. Okay. Okay, and I just pushed it down. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do my bow. Now I made a triple bow. When I'm using baker's twine, rarely will you see me do one where it's just one, where I just go like this and tie it with the baker's twine. I don't think it's full enough. So this one I did 3. Tie it. Okay. Now, I made these a little too long. You might have, I don't know if you'd have enough to do 4 on that or not, but I did make the string a little bit longer, so you could easily cut that down a little bit. Glue dots were, oh, it's right here. See, I keep looking for them on here, and they're not there. Okay, so I'm going to, yep, this is the back. Put it right there, and then I'm going to put it right here in the center. There we go. And then I spread them out a little bit. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and tuck that in under there. Now you could fold your glue dot in half when you go to do this, to put the baker's twine on. I forgot that I did that. So what I'm doing is I'm just taking my take your pick, And I am just tucking it in, just pushing it in underneath so you can't see it. There we go. Love this tool. So many uses for this tool. Okay. And then I don't believe, no, I did not put this on. I wanted that flat because I'm going to put dimensionals on the back. So I'm just going to put adhesive on my blue flower. Okay. And I just turned it. I just kept playing with it and turned it so that as much as I could get that center covered, I did. Okay. Now, this is our band that is going to go around here. Now, if you look, there's no seam here. That's because my seam is here underneath the flower, so they never see it. So what you need to do is take this and lay this down on here. And I'm going to put this in the center. It doesn't have to be perfectly centered. Now, don't put it really tight because remember, you want to be able to put this back on like this, and you want to be able to move it. So don't put it on really tight. So what I do is I just kind of center it the best I can. And then I bring this over and I'm lightly pressing it down. And I'm going to do the same thing with this. Lightly press it down. When you do it, line up your two like this and then I take it and I lift it up. I'm holding these two together. I haven't taped yet. And I just want to move it to make sure I can move it. I can. And I put it back down because it's already got that crease in there. So then I'm going to put adhesive on here. I'm going to put this back in here. And I'm going to put it on here like that. And then press it down like that. Now, when you're going to put this on, you're sitting there going, oops, I got that one tucked under there. How am I going to get this on there? How am I going to know where to put this here to make sure it lines up? I'm going to show you a little trick. You're not going to put it on here. You're going to put it on here. So what I did was I knew I needed one in the middle. Of course, we're going to put one in, whoops, and it's going to stick to my nail. We're going to put one in the middle. And then I'm going to put it here. Just so I have it down here so I can see. And I'm going to lift this up and I'm going to stick it under there. And so I know where it's at. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. I'm going to stick it right there. I'm making sure it stays on the green. There we go. Put it back on here. Make sure I'm good. You're not going to see it. Whoops. Get it going the right way. Nope, you won't see mine. Now you can take this off. Then you're going to take this one and you're going to put it right on top. I centered it. Making sure my flowers go straight, my bow's straight. And there we go. And just press it down. And now, this is when you can go in and trim the tails of your bow on how long you want it. On this one, I put them a little bit, and I think I'm going to go a little longer on this one. Let's try right here. Remember, you can always cut more off. You can't add. So if you're not sure, make them a little bit longer and play with them. And see, that's a little too long for me, so I'm going to go back in, and that's okay. Like I said, it's your card. Do with it the way you want to. If you want them long, do them long. If you want them short, do them short. It's all up to you. I just want to cut off like a ½ inch. There we go. I like that better. Okay, and there you go. And there is your second card. Oh, you see my cheat sheet. I have to write down all the measurements or I'll forget. And then there's that card. How cute is that? I love it. Okay, so this is the one we made tonight. So let's put this one over here. Let me clean up this a little bit and we'll go over that. And I have some fun and exciting news to share with all of you that I want to show you. I have a new class coming up in March, and you know what? I did not grab that date. Let me grab my calendar. I apologize. I was going to get that quick before this class I am going to be having is, let's see here. I am going to be having it on March 16th. It's a Tuesday. And guess what class I'm going to have? And I'm going to do something neat too, and I'll show you. But I'm going to show you in the catalog first what it is. It's going to be a kit class. And it's called the Hello Dear Friend. Now, when I saw it in the catalog, I thought, oh, this is really pretty. I thought, that would be really neat. So I got the kit because I wanted to see what it was like. I wanted to play with it and see. Oh my gosh, ladies, I'm ordering at least 2, possibly 3 more of these kits because they are beautiful. What I liked about this kit and why I'm doing it, and I'm doing something different this time, is let me show you. This kit has everything. I mean everything except for your adhesive. It has, this is what you get. You get all your directions on how to do it. And let me show you the cards. Look how pretty these are. Now, you guys all know me. I will do the cards the way the kit shows me once. Only once. Because then I'm going to change them. So what I did was, this is what the cards are like. These are the ones that I'm making them. I made them the way the kit showed you to make them. Very pretty, right? They are so cute. Just adorable. Wonderful. I love this kit. I love it. But what can I do different with it? Well, let me tell you, this is what I came up with. I went to a scrapbooking weekend, and this was the kit, one of the kits I worked on, one of the projects. And so I took this kit and this is why I love the kit. It comes with the stamp set. You have your stamp set. You get a block. You get all that you need, your twine and everything. You get your ink. We're using Misty Moonlight. You get everything you need right here, except for your adhesive. You don't need to bring anything, except scissors, because you're going to need to cut your twine, but that's it. So what I did, and I'm not going to show you yet, you got to take the class to see them. I took what the products in here were, and I made different cards. So see, where you get enough to make 3 of each one. But guess what? You're going to make one like this. I'll show you how to do it. So you got it. And then if you take my class, buy the kit, it can go right to your house, and use the special host code that I'm going to have when I type up all the information and send it out via email. It'll be on my blog. It'll be on my Facebook page. It will be for this kit. And if you order it through me and you use the host code, you're going to get a free PDF with all of the other cards that I made. How cool is that? I will send it to you in the mail free, in the email, and you are going to get it. If, again, you order this kit from me, and you use the special host code. Say you already have this kit, and you want to take this class. Great, you can still do that, because I'm going to sell the PDFs too, if you want just the PDFs. And guess what? If you're on my team, my Joyful Butterflies, which I love, you get the PDF for free. So you can do the class, you can order it, goes again, you get your discount, and then you will get the PDF of this free. How awesome is that? I'm so excited for this class, you guys. I am so excited. So this class is coming up in March. I will be having that on March 16th. It will be a Facebook Live again, and on my Facebook Live, I will show you how to do the 4 cards as is in the class. But again, you will, you will get the PDF for free, or you can order just the PDF. And I'll have this all spelled out. This will probably be coming out in the next couple of weeks, here a week or two, I think probably in the next week. I will have this all typed up and put it on my newsletter and in my blog and on my Facebook page, so you can get the information about that. But, and you get this cute box. How cute is that? You can then use this, wrap it up, put a bow on it with a pretty tag. Voila, you have a great box for a gift. So, I am so excited about that class, and I hope you guys are too. It is going to be so much fun. Now, if you had not ordered the kit for this class that I just had, and you didn't, and you want it, I am also doing something different this time. I am going to offer this kit. You can order this kit until I didn't write that date down either. Grab my book calendar. You can order this kit up until February 25th. February 25th. You can order this kit up to February 25th because I got to make sure I have enough of this paper, because this paper will no longer be available after February 28th. So I need to make sure I have enough of it to fill the kits that you order. So if you want this kit is $15, $8.50 plus $8.50 priority shipping if you need it shipped to you, or you can pick it up in my home. At my home if you would like to, if you are local. So there is this. If you could please share this, I would love it so much. And thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. I didn't realize how much I missed doing my live classes until I started this one tonight. This was a lot of fun. I'll be doing more of these in the near future, absolutely. And you guys have a great night. Thank you again for joining me. I really appreciate it. And you guys have a wonderful evening. And there you go. Bye-bye.